And here we go. What's up, everyone? It's me, I'm the Bat fan. I'm here to recap week 9 and go over my Monday night predictions. So let's start it off with something positive. The Ravens, they are for real. Their defense is naughty. They spanked Seattle, which is a very good team. Uh, Lamar Jackson loves beating up on NFC teams. He just put a whooping on them boys. That defense showed up and showed out. The AFC North is probably the best division in football. If you were to end the season today, all four teams would be in the playoffs. That tells you this to me is the best division in football. They have playmakers on every team. Every team has a good defense. Every team's got good wide receivers, good running backs. Quarterback position, uh, I mean, they do have good quarterbacks, but I think on some teams, like the potential for the quarterback is not coming through as people thought it would. But they also like to blame that on Matt Canada for Pittsburgh. It's his fault. He is a bad. They did good this week. Tone Diggs on the Pat McAfee show won't call him Matt Canada now. He calls him Matt America because he went from the north to onto the field. So it was, you know, for the AFC North, it was a good weekend. It showed that you guys are better than most of the division teams in the league, most other divisions. I think right now you're the best division in the league. So Lamar Jackson throwing, running, doing everything, man. That dude is just quieting all the haters. He's throwing for 200, 300, 400 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns. It's like, bro, he's running for 60 yards. Like, how do you prepare for that team? It's like, what am I going to worry about? Am I going to worry about him running or throwing? He's got mad weapons. There's weapons all over the field for him. He can do whatever he wants. He's just that good. Uh, the Bengals are back. They beat the Bills. The Bills are done. They're done. The Bills are done. The NFL has caught up. The Bills had their little time to try to become a Super Bowl champion. And the problem was they've been so successful, they haven't tried to evolve during this run. It's basically the same offense. They do the same thing. And NFL teams now have caught up to them. They know how to beat the Bills. The Bills, 3 years ago, the way they did things worked. Now, it's not working. They're not doing well. They're done. I don't even think they make the playoffs this year. Uh, the Patriots are dead. It's so sad. Like they win, and then now they just look bad against a team that just fire sailed last week. The Raiders did fire McDaniels. Maybe he'll come back and be the offensive coordinator for the Patriots. That's what the bro. I don't know what the hell's going on in New England. I know that they're gonna get a high draft pick this year. Do they stay with Mac Jones? I don't know. I get it's a lot of bad football play watching them play. I don't know what the answer is right now, but they are definitely in the rebuild section of their time in New England. Like, yeah, you guys were so good for 22 years. It's time to change. It's some new changes need to happen. I guess they got to decide on how to do things differently in this new era of football. We'll see. I think they stay with Bill until he gets the record, and then they'll part ways. But yeah, that was just a bad football game to watch yesterday. The Giants. News out of New York is the Giants, if they do get a high draft pick, they're gonna get a quarterback. So I don't know if they're gonna let that quarterback sit behind Danny Jones for 2 years, or they're gonna just bite the bullet, cut Danny Jones, pay him the money, have all that dead cap. They got they have to figure it out. I'm pretty sure if I was he I know God he tore his ACL. all right, I feel so bad for the guy. I do. Oh, but the issue is you weren't the quarterback and the future of the Giants anyway. I think that was clear the first few weeks before he got injured. The Giants have to go another way. They need another quarterback. The Giants fucked up and paid the wrong person this offseason. That's basically what happened. They paid, Daniel Jones all this money, and Barkley's the one that should have got the money, even though he was hurt. Yeah. They lost to the freaking, they lost to the Raiders. They suck. The Raiders suck. The Raiders sold their whole freaking GM and head coach. The players, they held a meeting, a grievance meeting. The players were basically like, we hate you, McDaniels. Your face sucks. I want to punch you in it. And then he got fired. So that was a crazy thought there. The Cowboys, I told you to bet the bank on the Eagles beating the Cowboys and covering. And they did. They beat the Cowboys. It got close at the end, but the fucking Cowboys suck. They're not a top tier team. They can't win important games. Like, what the hell? Well, every time they play someone of a caliber of like this is the type of team you gotta beat to get to the Super Bowl, they lose. And I know you could say that about the Dolphins too. Dolphins, that's true. Dolphins lost to the Dolphins lost to the Bills, Chiefs, and who else did they lose to? San Francisco. I can't remember the third, but their losses are all against really good teams. Oh, the Eagles. So they lost against the elite of the elites in the NFL. So the Dolphins could feel good about themselves, but they have to they need a signature win. The Cowboys never get a signature win. But Cowboy fans are delusional every year, like this team can win the Super Bowl. No, they can't. If you can't rise up and get a definitive win, it's like basically college football. To get into the college football playoffs, you need a definitive win. You need a win against a big, even if you're undefeated, you need a win against a big school that's doing well to get to the college football playoffs, which I think is kind of bullshit, but whatever. If there's an undefeated team and there's a team with one loss, I don't give a fuck. That undefeated team should be automatically in the playoff. That's just how I feel. If you're in a D1 school and you are undefeated, you beat everybody on your schedule, it's not your fault that you're in the Mountain West, I guess. I'm getting off track. But the Cowboys, like, they just fall short. And I don't know, I think, is it coaching or is it just like a mindset of the culture there now is that they just can't get past that hump. It's difficult to say. Dak actually looked good yesterday. It was just their defense didn't look that good, but the Eagles offense is like Novocaine. It's gonna work. Like what they do, it works, and it's not like the big flashy show like Miami. Like they punch you in the mouth, and they'll continuously punch you in the mouth until rather you give up a big pass play or you give up a big run play. And then in the third and fourth quarter, when you need to stop them, your defense is so tired they can't stop anybody. So that Eagles offense, it transfers from playing now into playing in, January and February in the Super Bowl. Like, if you don't have home field advantage, this is a big thing about the Eagles, because a lot of these offenses are flashy and all that, but they don't really come well in the, they don't work as well in the cold weather or the wet weather. So when you have to go to when you're a flashy team and you got to go to Philadelphia in the playoffs and it's snowing and it's cold and like you haven't ran the ball all year, it's like, well, you're going to lose. And that's just how it is. That's why I think it's very important. Miami needs to start winning, make sure they get home field advantage, because they're not beating Kansas City in the playoffs. San Francisco's not coming to Philadelphia and winning in the playoffs. I mean, those are whoever the NFC South division winner, whoever it's going to be, they're one and done in the playoffs. And as you can see, I'm a Bucks fan, and I'm saying they're one and done. The Bucks. All right, let me get to my before I get to my Monday night pick. That the big thing of this weekend is that A, the AFC North is dominant. B, the Giants are moving on from Danny Jones. They're probably gonna have the worst record in the NFL other than the Cardinals, but the Cardinals aren't gonna draft the quarterback because they have Kyler Murray. Uh, See, the Cowboys can't win big games, and the Patriots are dead, and the Bengals are back. That is what I got from this weekend in football. Uh, College football, actually, I did very well. I got one game wrong this weekend, but whatever. I didn't know Air Force was not going to show up to play Army. Who would have known? I can't believe Army beat Army sucks. Whatever. But I did flip flop in my top 5, but I will go over that on my Wednesday show. I'm not going to do this tonight. So, you know who really fucking sucks? And it's 2 people. And they are robbing a franchise of $34 million a year for the pay for them. So it's like basically $17 million a piece per player. Davis the third and Jamal Dean, the 2 cornerbacks for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They fucking suck. Like, Todd Bowles, you're a defensive guru. You were there when they decided to pay these 2 players all this money, and you know they suck. Like, I am not an NFL coach. I watch the games, I watch the film, and they can't cover anybody. Like, how do you let a team score a touchdown in 36 seconds? Bro, and if it was like on the nickel or on somebody like that. No, it happens to be on our supposed to be 2 stud corners. Like, who is judging these guys on them being good corners? Like, they should have asked the fan base before they paid these 2 players. I'm pretty sure I'd rather have any 2 corners in the NFL than Davis and fucking Dean. All right, they suck. I watched the games. Even when we won the Super Bowl, the only reason why we won the Super Bowl is because our front 7 was naughty, which our front 7's still naughty, but we're not getting to the quarterback as much. We are giving up. This is a ridiculous. Now, I want to tell you how ridiculous this stat is. So, on 3rd down and 8 and more, the NFL, the first down percentage on average for the NFL is 8% teams get 3rd down and 8 and greater. That's 8% out of 100 times teams get it, the average of 8%. The Bucks are giving up 30%. 30% of the times of 3rd and 8 and greater, teams are getting first downs on the Bucks. That's fucking crazy. That's like 1,000% worse than the league average. And you know who's giving them up? Not our linebackers, not our nickel, our 2 highly paid, sucky ass cornerbacks. We need to start over. Draft anybody, bro. Anybody is better than those 2. They're horrible. They fucking blow. They fucking suck. And if you hear this show, I am not taking it back. I don't care. You fucking suck. Like, you should be playing in the XFL. Our 2 corners wouldn't even start in the XFL. That's how bad they suck. And they're making $17 million a piece each. We need to get rid of them ASAP. I don't care if it's dead space. Figure it out. Get rid of them. Because Shaq Barrett isn't getting younger. Davis, I don't even know if he's going to be David, I wonder if he's going to still be playing Levante next year. Vita Veda, we're wasting these good front 7 players' years because our corners can't cover anybody. Todd Bowles, get rid of them. They're the problem. Our offense looked good yesterday. Everything looked good, but our cornerback play, even our safeties are good. If I was Winfield Jr., I'd be like, I'm not playing for this. I'm not staying for it. This is ruining my career, my stats for trying to make up for these sorry ass corners. Sorry. That was my little rant. My bad. But yeah, those two, Davis and fucking Jamal Dean. Davis third and Jamal Dean. You fucking suck. That's it. Period. Sorry, that's a big rant. Alright. So how I see tonight going. I'm gonna go with the under. It's under 39.5. This is gonna be a low scoring game. Jets have a naughty defense, and the coach for San Diego makes very questionable decisions. We'll just leave it at that. And then the Jets are underdogs 3.5. I will take the Jets 3.5 over San Diego. Even if San Diego wins, they'll probably win by 3 points. So it's going to be a close game. They will make the coach, and I'm not going to say the players, the coach will make enough bonehead decisions that the game is going to come down to a last drive or last play. I see tonight being a close game. I'm actually ready to watch it and enjoy it. So it should be better than the last couple of Monday night's games. So I'm excited. I think that, and the thing that's awesome about this Jet game is if the Jets win, all right, they're 2 games over 500. If they can, and now they have an easy stretch of opponents coming. Like, they have winnable games. If they get to like the third weekend before the playoffs and they're in the playoffs and Aaron Rodgers can come back, boy, how crazy would that be? That would be amazing. That would be some good football. That'd be a good football story. Maybe the NFL is scripted. No, I'm just playing. But it's just, that would be crazy. That would be an awesome say. Aaron Rodgers played 4 plays in first game of the season, tears his Achilles, comes back week 16, leads team to the Super Bowl. Bro, you couldn't even make that shit up. I know there was a conspiracy theory. I'm just saying, it was on the internet that he faked the injury so he couldn't play 75% of the snaps, so Green Bay wouldn't be getting the Jets' first round draft pick next year. Which, if he did do that, that shit is tits. So, this is the Bat Fan. Remember, the under's going to hit tonight, under 39.5, and the Jets cover. Alright, guys, I'm out.